Hello, everybody. How are you doing? This is the S. Anthony Thomas. This is the S. Anthony Says podcast. And folks, I want to talk to you about something I talked to a good friend of mine about a few years ago. And it kind of came up in a conversation again. And I wanted to talk to you guys about it. Maybe you could tell me how you feel about it. He asked me, he said, what would you rather have? Fame or money? Fame or money? I said, why can't I have both? And I said, well, he said, in this case, I want to find out which one is more important to you, right? And he asked a couple of other friends about it. And some of them, oh man, I want the fame. And sometimes you think you want the fame because you think that the fame's going to lead to money. And maybe at a certain point it did, but nowadays it doesn't necessarily lead to money. Fame could lead to a lot of bad things happening, right? You see it on YouTube and somebody becomes YouTube famous, right? And it's that part of time where they're famous on YouTube because some things went viral, but they haven't started making money yet. The money hasn't come in yet. And now all of a sudden there's a whole bunch of people who know who they are. And whenever you're flying up in the air and you got your wings flapping and you're starting to fly up and you're out there and everybody notices you, oh, you know what comes next. The haters come and the contrarians come and the trolls come. You've seen people that have gotten swatted on YouTube where somebody calls the SWAT team and says there's a hostage situation. This guy's got 50 guns and 16 bombs and all of that crap. And all of a sudden the police bust into your house. You can almost get killed. Why? Because people know who you are, but you don't have the money yet. You haven't moved to a secure location yet. You haven't moved to a gated community yet. You haven't moved. You're where people who are trolls can get to you. You got fame, but you don't have money. Now, when I was asked about this, I said, you know what? I'd much rather have the money. Why is that? I said, because it's kind of cool if you have money and people really don't know how much money you have. And I've seen that personally. I lived in Hollywood during the 90s and I saw a whole bunch of people that had fame and it was all horrible to them. Every time they went someplace, everybody was all up on them. Everybody wanted something from them. Everybody wanted some money. There were people that wanted to get it on with them and then they would get it on with the people and then find out that the people that got it on with them were setting them up. I know a guy, right? And I told him, I said, dude, you do not want to do that because I have been asked so many times when a lady will walk up and she's flirting all with you, he. They're like, yeah, girl, we good. And she's like, yeah, and you're like, yeah, girl, how about we go, right? And then some guy walks up and you're like, oh, does this guy go try to cut in on this? That's her husband. And she didn't tell you she was married, right? And then the guy goes, you know, we both think you're a brilliant comedian. We love your show. We really do. And you're sitting there going, dang, man, I'm glad. And you're trying to look happy because you're happy that you have two people that love your show and they paid to see you and they had a great time. So you go, you know, all right, man, you know, maybe she's just a flirty person. And then the guy goes, my wife really likes you. I go, oh, that's really, really nice. I mean, no, man, she really, really likes you. She thinks you're cute. Well, thanks a lot. I really appreciate that. Yeah. It's Anthony. We were wondering if, you know, I mean, we were in the same hotel here, right here. You know, we just go up in the elevator. You know, I was wondering if you, would like to be with my wife. And I don't know how to answer this question because I do want to be with his wife, but I didn't know that she was his wife at the time. I just thought she was a really, really hot woman. And I, wanted to give it a good business. But then I realized that she's married. So I was like, I don't touch married women or anything like that. But he's like, cause my wife really, really wants to, you know, and he's really graphic about what he wanted me to do to his wife, which unbeknownst to him was nothing compared to what I really would have done to his wife. Cause he thinks he's being freaky. And I'm like, you have no idea, buddy. But I didn't tell him that. Would you like to go upstairs? I said, okay. And where will you be? Oh, I'll be right there. I'm like, yeah, that's a deal breaker. He goes, no. I'm not going to touch you or nothing. I'm going to be standing in the closet. Huh? Yeah. You lay her down like she's yours. I mean, seriously, man. Tear it up, wear her ass out, blow her back out. He's using sex terms like he's trying to be, blow her back out, give it to her good, pound her, buddy. And I'm like, and you'll be in the closet. I'll be in the closet looking through the slats. And what will you be doing? I'm taking care of myself. I like watching my wife get pounded out. Love it. Just give her, just drill her. He's using all these stupid terms. Pound her, destroy her, rip her up, destroy her, crush her. And I'm looking at him like, what the heck is there? I'm sitting there going, aren't there any kind of more, non-violent ways you could describe having sex with your wife? He's like, drop a bomb in her. I'm like, what is this crap, right? Kind of sicko is this guy? So we're in the elevator. I wanted her bad, right? And I was not in the elevator. Nothing happened. I definitely didn't give his wife the good business 5 or 6 times. Moving on. I'm just kidding. I didn't do anything. I got rid of him because that happens more times than you think. You know how many times that has happened to me, and each time I'm like, nah, I got a girlfriend because last thing I need to do is, you be in the closet looking through the slats and I do some stuff to your wife and you hear some sounds you ain't never heard before. And you be like, what the heck is this mess? You ain't never made them sounds for me. Hell no. I knew this was going to happen. That's why I have this baseball bat with nails in it. And these other 2 dudes were hiding in the closet, getting it on with themselves, watching you nail my wife. And now we going to beat your ass. Or, you know what? That drink you just drank? Yeah. Are you getting dizzy now? Honey, bend him over. And not to make light of this because that is a horrible thing. And I was afraid something like that might happen. You know how many, you always hear those stories about people waking up without their kidneys and stuff, right? Hell no. I don't want to be sexually assaulted or get my head blown off because he's mad I'm giving his wife the business better than he gave her the business. Hell no. So every time, all 215 times I've been asked to do that, I said no, because I'm like, heck no. I've told you guys too much. Moving on. So like I said, being famous, you get in these weird situations, right? People are all up in your business. But with the money, people don't really know how much money you have. I don't know how much money you have. Like I said, I lived in LA in the 90s, and I would run across people, and there was something different about the people. They had a little bit too much confidence, not in an arrogant way, but just the kind of confidence that you going, well, why is this guy or this gal so daggone confident? Why? And you'll be surprised how much confidence just knowing you have enough money to do pretty much whatever you want, you actually have. You know what? Just think about this. Remember back when you were just completely broke, right? Maybe you're broke now and this is something that's going to happen to you in the future. But when you're completely broke, man, and just little things annoy you. You go to the store and the soda costs 50 cents more than you thought. What? Right? And under normal circumstances, if you're making a good living, that's not a big deal. But that 50 cents is like, oh, because when you got $4 in your wallet and you got to break that, oh, now you got $2 to change, oh, and it feels bad. You ever had a 20 in your wallet and you're doing everything in your power not to break your last 20? You got 4 $1 bills in there. You got a $5 and $3. You're doing, I'm not going to spend more than $8 this week. I'm just not going to do, oh, you look at your gas tank and you realize you got to put $10 in the gas tank. Oh, and you feel that $10. You feel it because it changes things not to have that $10. Oh no. But when you have the money, you just don't give a crap. Right? I remember when I was just starting to do comedy, had no money. I was hanging out with some comics. It was a comic who, I'm not going to mention his name, but he became a big deal in TV, and I was still a teenager when he became famous. And we weren't friends or anything, but when comics work in the same place, we tend to hang out with each other. And like the headliner, who's the big time comic, well, sometimes, if you're a younger, a lesser comic on the show, meaning making less money, they hang, I'll take care of that. They'll buy you lunch or whatever. And I was just a punk ass kid at the time. So this guy was like making it a point. Oh, you hang with me, kid. I'll show you the ropes, kid. And that whole week at that club, he would not let me pay for crap. It was like my dad was on the show, right? So we go to one of these Best Buy type stores.